Brothers and sisters, welcome to episode number 142 in the Gospel of John. If you had Jesus all to yourself, what would you ask him? Well, Pilate has that chance. So we're on a little bit of a Pontius Pilate theme. Yesterday we asked, well, what if he's not the only one to blame? Because Pilate is a spiritual person, he's a political person, he's a married person, and he's a mortal person, and that's going to come into play here today. In one sense, he does cause Jesus to be crucified, but so does our sin. So let's not all of us get on our high horse, because Jesus had to pay this undeserved penalty under Pilate so that we could get off without penalty. So like Pilate, we are to be judged there by how we judge him here. So in a sense, we're in the same boat as Pilate. All right, and then what we do with that judgment is evidenced by our attitudes and actions. So that process by Pilate continues today. Where we left out yesterday was Pilate was interrogating Jesus outside in the courtyard. The Jews were all witnessing that. And today he's going to move inside privately. So again, if you had Jesus all to yourself, what would you ask him? We're going to see that in real time here today. This is from John 18. I'm going to start in verse 33. So Pilate entered his headquarters again and called Jesus and said to him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "Do you say this of your own accord, or did others say it to you about me?" Pilate answered, "Am I a Jew? Your own nation and chief priests have delivered you over to me. What have you done?" Jesus answered, "My kingdom," so he says he's a king of a kingdom, "is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would be fighting, that I may not be delivered over to the Jews. But my kingdom is not from the world." Then Pilate said to him, "So you are a king?" Jesus answered, "You say that I am a king. For this purpose I was born, and for this purpose I have come into the world, to bear witness to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice." Pilate asks him, "What is the truth?" All right, so right off, Pilate asks him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Who are you? Who are you politically? Who are you militarily? And do you pose a conflict to me as the Roman representative? So are you in opposition in an earthly way to my jurisdiction? And Jesus parries the question and makes it personal and says, "Do you say this of your own accord?" Who am I talking to? Am I talking to the position of Pilate, or am I talking to the person of Pilate? Pilate has some limited information about Jesus, so he knows that he's been accused of being a king of the Jews, and he has, in a sense, ultimate authority over him. So Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If so, my servants would be responding by fighting." So Jesus admits, I do have a kingdom, and I am a king. So my kingdom, however, is not of this world. It's not from this world, and it's not of this world. It's, in a sense, it's partly on this world, but it isn't from this world or of this world. So Pilate is threatened by the location of Jesus' kingdom, but not by the nature of the kingdom. It's nonviolent and it's unseen. So he says, "So you are a king." Jesus answered, "You say that I am a king. For this purpose I was born, for this purpose I have come into the world, to bear witness to the truth." And then he says, "Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice." Pilate then said to him, "What is truth?" So you say that I am king, but Jesus reminds him, I am on purpose, I am on station, I am on duty, I am on task, and I was born for this. This is why I'm here, to bear witness to the truth. And everyone, including Pilate, you, every single person who is of the truth listens to my voice. Old and young, American and French, Jew and Roman. So if you are of the truth, if you are seeking the truth, if you want a standard of truth, you must listen to me. You have to come through me. It's truth. I am the way, the truth, and the life. All truth comes back to me and through me. So Pilate, you have to remember, lives in this land of lies where the guilty always lie, just like in the American justice system. Virtually every guilty person in our justice system has lied. They have said, I am not guilty. They've declared themselves as not guilty when they actually were guilty. And I'm sure it was the same for Pilate. He's lived in this land of fungible definitions of the truth. And now, before him, is one who is the standard of truth and is speaking truth and is innocent. So, yes, Pilate had a job to do, but he also has a soul. We talked about that yesterday. This had to be front and center as he is questioning Jesus and asking these questions. So Jesus gets to do something, or Pilate gets to do something that we all wish we could do, is have a few words with Jesus, ask him a few questions. Who are you? Are you a threat? No. Then who are you really? Well, we find out he's a kingdom builder. And the most important thing, write this down, the most important thing that is happening on our planet at this very moment and on that very moment is that God was busy building his kingdom. So he's going to build his kingdom there in 33 AD by making an access point for all believers. And then, like it says in John 17, for all those who believe in me through their word. All right, so Jesus is king. He's building a kingdom. He's establishing a rule and authority and power. But one thing about kingdoms is they have a ruler, but they also have citizens who are people who follow the king and submissively live under his jurisdiction. So Jesus is a kingdom founder and a kingdom builder, and that kingdom is being built today. So Pilate had to ask and wonder if he was a citizen of God's kingdom. I think this was very personal interrogation for Pilate. So if he was a follower of Jesus, so do we. We have to ask, are we are we citizens of this kingdom? Are we part of the kingdom? And if so, if you're a believer already, are you a part of the kingdom's growth? Thanks for listening.